Hi everyone, this is Charmander, and in this video, I'm going to do a quick review of Raigoro, who is an old school infantry hero. So since I just did a review of Riven, I figure, hey, you know what, might as well do a review of Raigoro because Raigoro is the best partner for Riven in regards to doing garrison in this game. Raigoro is pretty much outdated now, but because Riven got released and she became the main garrison hero, especially paired with Raigoro has a second chance in life in this game. He is currently one of the more useful heroes just when you pair him up with Riven. You can pair him up with other heroes and it's going to be okay, but Riven is where he really shines and really pushes Riven and Raigoro together as an S tier garrison pair. With that being said, let's look at his first skill, which is Guardian Deity, and this skill activates a shield that absorbs damage for 3 turns with the shield factor being 9,600. Raigoro also recovers 20 rage for every enemy that attacks him, up to 60 rage per turn, which is a nice little perk there. His next skill is called Yorikiri, which increases squad counter damage by up to 20%. When attack, reduces the attacker's travel speed by up to 25%, and this lasts for 5 seconds. This effect can be triggered only once in 10 seconds. So I think the travel speed reduction is fairly useless, but the counter damage is actually really good because it directly stacks on top of Riven's own skill, where Riven has up to 27% counter damage. So when you add them together, that is what, 47% counter damage? So that is quite good when you put them together, hence why Riven and Raigoro is a match made in heaven for the purpose of garrison. His third skill is called Oshidashi, which increases infantry squad attack by up to 15% and defense by up to 15%. So by today's standards, this is actually quite low. It's better than nothing, but it's quite low by what the new heroes provide in terms of an increase in your attack or defense. His fourth skill is called Yokozuna, which is a passive skill that increases damage dealt by up to 16% when a shield is activated. When doing garrison, increases infantry squad HP by up to 11%. So they're both just okay. Again, a little bit low now in today's standards, although the increase in damage dealt is a pretty good perk for boosting up Riven's damage, which is quite substantial already to begin with. When you awaken Raigoro, he enhances his skill called Yorikiri, and after awakening, reduces damage taken by squads by 5% and increases squad counter damage by 30%. When attack, reduces the attacker's travel speed by 30% for 5 seconds. This effect can be triggered only once in 10 seconds. So I think the reduction in damage taken is actually really good. I like that one, especially for the purpose of doing garrison, and the increase in counter damage is also quite good. So overall, I see Raigoro as still being a useful hero just because of Riven. I think he might be also pretty good to be paired with Bodala, because if you look at Bodala's first skill called Gaining Enlightenment, basically when Bodala's shield vanishes, deals the remaining 50% shield value as a true damage to up to 2 enemies. And this is when it's not awakened, right? So if you stack this with the shield that Raigoro gives, then it's going to be an increased damage for what Bodala is going to provide. So they would actually be a good pair together, with Bodala being the leader of the two, because if you look at his talent tree, he has skill. So that's why Bodala would be the hero of those two if you pair him up with Raigoro. However, if you pair Raigoro with Riven, then Raigoro has to be the leader because Raigoro's shield has to kick in first in order for Riven's fourth skill, adding up to 30% more shield bonus to kick in. So that would be the order for them to use. In regards to the talent tree, do go watch my video on how the talent tree works to figure out how it works. But this is how I set up Raigoro's talent tree. I might need to change it, but right now this is what it looks like. Anyways, that's about it for this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.